Right now, Madison's mayor, Sachi Rhodes Conway, says that she'll introduce a resolution today to take cops out of Madison schools.
Plus, Dane County's putting a pause on moving into phase 3 anytime soon. We'll tell you what they're doing during an uptick in COVID cases straight ahead.
And our chances for thunderstorms on Friday have prompted an alert day in the forecast. All the details coming up.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
A live look at the jail this morning here in Dane County, where protesters gathered last night demanding the release of fellow demonstrator Devoneer Johnson. He is still in jail this morning, awaiting his first appearance in court after being arrested earlier this week. After a destructive night Tuesday, protesters remained peaceful overnight, going home just a few hours ago.
Last night's demonstrations were split into two groups for most of the night. One group stayed at the Capitol, the other marching to the Public Safety Building, where they called for Johnson's release. A protester was bailed out from the jail yesterday, but it wasn't Johnson. He is still in police custody this morning.
And happening today, Madison's mayor, Sachi Rhodes Conway, says she'll introduce a resolution that will end the contract between the Madison School District and the police department.
Today, Madison City and school district leaders agreed to end the contract for school resource officers, known as SROs, the police officers that are stationed in high schools, calling for a new approach to managing conflicts in our schools and supporting student needs.
The Madison School Board says they will also take up the topic of police in schools during a special meeting Monday night. Additionally, Mayor Rhodes Conway is expediting investigations into the criminal acts that happened after the destruction at the Capitol the other night. Dane County Sheriff Dave Mahoney is calling on two local activist organizations, Freedom Inc. and Urban Triage, to publicly denounce the violence that happened. So far, we have not heard from them.
George Floyd's attorney is now representing the family of a Milwaukee man who died from a police chokehold back in April. Prosecutors charged Milwaukee police officer Michael Mattioli with first-degree reckless homicide back in May for the killing of Joel Acevedo. Officer Mattioli was off duty at the time of the incident, which happened during a party. He's been suspended without pay. His attorney says it was a case of self-defense and was not racially charged. A Georgia grand jury is officially indicting 3 men in the killing of Ahmaud Arbery, who was pursued and shot while jogging back in February. The indictment against Gregory McMichael, Travis McMichael, and William Bryan charges them with counts of malice murder, felony murder, false imprisonment, and more.
The FBI says it's investigating whether foreign countries played a role in recent protests against police violence. Director Christopher Wray told Fox News the Bureau is looking into the prospect of foreign influence. He said such interference would be nothing new because adversaries have tried to stoke division in the U.S. before. Wray says the violence seen at some protests was not the work of a single group and that investigators are looking into anarchist organizations and far-left group Antifa. Other U.S. officials have also mentioned the possibility of foreign interference during these protests.
Breaking overnight, President Trump is responding to the ongoing protests ahead of his trip to Wisconsin today. On Twitter late last night, the president had this to say, quote, "Very sad to see states allowing roving gangs of wise guys, anarchists, and looters, many of them having no idea what they are doing, indiscriminately ripping down our statues and monuments to the past. Some are great works of art, but all represent our history and heritage, both the good and the bad. It is important for us to remember and understand, even in turbulent and difficult times, and learn from them. Knowledge comes from the most unusual of places." So far, President Trump has remained quiet on social media this morning. He is expected to speak at Marinette Marine to tour the shipyard before doing a town hall from Green Bay at 8 o'clock tonight. That will be aired live on Fox News.
The National Guard in Washington, D.C. activated once again in response to protests. A spokesperson for the Guard says it'll serve as additional protection for the Capitol's monuments and critical infrastructure. Right now, there are about 100 guardsmen in the D.C. metro area. That could grow to 400, though, if a troop rotation is needed. The Guard says no troops have been deployed yet, but they are ready. Earlier this month, about 5,000 guardsmen were called in to help monitor and patrol the protests.
New this morning, NASA says it will be naming its D.C. headquarters after the agency's first black female engineer. That engineer is Mary Jackson. Her name might sound familiar to you. She was featured in the 2016 Oscar-nominated film Hidden Figures. Jackson pioneered the way for women of color in STEM-related jobs. She retired from NASA in 1985 and passed away in 2005 at the age of 83. The Mary W. Jackson Building will sit on the road Hidden Figures Way.
6:04 right now is quite the dark and stormy night with some people saying, oh, hail no last night.
Yeah, a few spots in Madison picked up some hail. Not at my house, but take a look at this picture that Anita sent in. She lives more towards central Madison. She definitely had some hail on the ground after that storm passed through just during the dinner hour yesterday. And that really was the only storm report across southern Wisconsin over the last 24 hours. That report of hail in downtown Madison. This report coming out of Shorewood Hills for hail up to about ½ inch in diameter. Looked like from Nita's picture, the hail might have been a little bit smaller than that. But again, some heavy rain and some gusty winds accompanied those storms as well, but nothing really severe. You can see how scattered the activity was. Areas north of Madison, most of Columbia County, not even seeing a drop of rain yesterday. Now, there will be a chance for rain again coming on Friday. The severe weather outlook has been issued, and it indicates a slight risk for severe storms for about the southeastern half of the state. A marginal risk that does include areas further to the north like Rhinelander and getting pretty close to the Eau Claire area. An alert day is in our forecast then for tomorrow due to that threat for severe thunderstorms. Take a look at your future track model. We'll jump ahead to Friday morning. This is 7 o'clock on Friday. Southerly wind and mainly dry conditions. There may be a few showers or isolated thunderstorms that try to push into the area during the morning hours. These are not expected to be severe. Our chance for severe weather comes with this line that'll be working its way from northwest to southeast through the area. By about 5 or 6 o'clock, it'll likely hit here in Madison and then continue to work its way to the south. Now, good news, the latest forecast models have really been pushing that rain then to the south for the rest of the weekend, so Saturday's looking dry. Could pick up quite a bit of rain, though, from this system on Friday. Our forecast models are predicting anywhere from ½ to 1 inch of rain. If you do find yourself under one of those stronger storms, could be a little bit higher. Then we turn our attention to heat and humidity. Highs will be in the mid-80s as we head through the weekend. Dry weather expected. That humid weather, though, continues right into next week. We're talking high temperatures in the 80s and heat index values in the low 90s.
Oh, boy. Summer's here, Hads.
It is.
Thank you very much. 6:06 now. Another 2000 sitcom is pulling episodes where actors are featured in blackface. ABC says they've removed 3 episodes of Scrubs from Hulu. They say the episodes were pulled at the request of the show's creator, producers, and with full support from the studio. This comes just a day after NBC pulled episodes of their show, 30 Rock, which also featured actors in blackface.
Actress Jenny Slate says she'll be exiting her role on the Netflix show Big Mouth. Slate, who is white, voiced a black character. Slate made the announcement on Instagram where she says she reasoned the role permissible because the character had a white Jewish mom, just like she does, but says that the character is also black and should be played by a black actress. The show's creator also made a post on Slate's decision saying they respect her choice and they regret their decision to cast a white actress in that role. Gone with the Wind is back on HBO Max this morning. The streaming service pulled the movie from its platform temporarily a couple weeks ago amid the anti-racism protests. With its return to streaming comes 2 additional videos to address the inaccurate and racist historical depictions in the movie. One of the videos serves as an introduction to the movie. The video denounces that the misrepresentations while examining the film's historical context.
6:08 this morning. Happy Thursday. One more day till the weekend, and it looks like we do have a new crash into the traffic center this morning. This is on Highway 51 over there. We'll get some details coming up for you later on in this show on that crash. Other than that, no real problems out there if you're hopping on the Beltline from the interstate. Looks like you're moving at posted speeds as you head westbound. That's your first one traffic.
Coming up, new numbers from the state DHS show that Dane County is not ready to move into phase 3. What public health officials say it'll take to get there.
And there's just about a month left in added unemployment benefits from the CARES Act. We're going to tell you whether lawmakers are planning to extend those benefits and by how much. That's when News 3 Now this morning returns.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is this weekend only. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only in the Exhibition Hall at the Alliant Energy Center, Madison.
Going on now. 4 days only. Save big at Grand Appliance and avoid big box crowds this holiday during the Friends and Family Sale. Shop online or at your local Grand Appliance. Double up on Grand exclusive savings. Up to $1,000 on top of already reduced July 4th pricing. Take advantage of safe online, phone, and virtual shopping options. Plus, your choice of either no-contact curbside or in-home delivery services. Don't delay. Grand Appliance Friends and Family Sale ends this Sunday, June 28th.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Just like you, I had problems sleeping. I tried every pillow out there and nothing worked. 15 years ago, I invented MyPillow. It took me 2 years to develop because I wanted to have everything you would ever want in a pillow. I made sure that you could adjust my patented fill so you could have the exact support you need as an individual, regardless of your sleep position. I also wanted a pillow that would last, so I made MyPillow machine washable and dryable. I back MyPillow with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Not only that, I do all my own manufacturing in my home state of Minnesota.
I really like the fact that it was made in the USA. I think that USA products are a better quality product. I've tried a lot of other pillows and nothing's worked like MyPillow.
I'm interrupting this commercial right now to give you deep discounts, not just on my pillows, but also my mattress toppers, sheets, and so much more. For example, you can get body pillows regular $89.99, now only $29.99, or MyPillow dog beds for as low as $19.99 with your promo code.
I used to think that sheets were just sheets. I got the Giza Dream sheets. They are the most comfortable sheets I've ever had.
The Go Anywhere pillow is so easy to just roll up and take anywhere I want to go.
Go Anywhere pillow is really comfortable, so that's what I really like. It's nice and supportive and it's nice and small.
The MyPillow topper, for the first time, has enabled me to have a cool night's sleep. I'm able to go to bed and just get rest.
That's 3 inches of wonderful that's in the MyPillow mattress topper. It's just like a firm cloud.
MyPillow helps me get a good night's sleep so I can do my job in the morning.
Go to MyPillow.com to get deep discounts, not just on my pillows, but so much more. For example, you get body pillows regular $89.99, now only $29.99, or MyPillow dog beds for as low as $19.99 with your promo code.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Spas, Spas, Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is this weekend only. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only in the Exhibition Hall at the Alliant Energy Center, Madison.
All right, 6:11 right now. We are back, and we're tracking the latest coronavirus numbers here in Wisconsin. Later today, health officials will release new numbers, but yesterday, not a great day. Dane County set a single-day high for new cases. Dane County saw 71 new cases, and more than 400 cases were reported statewide. That brings Wisconsin's total to nearly 26,000 cases. 78% of patients, though, have recovered.
The percentage of new cases has jumped again, back above 4%. It's about a 2% jump from Tuesday.
And here in Dane County, we are in phase 2 of reopening right now. But because of these numbers, we will not be moving into phase 3 anytime soon.
We can get this under control, but it's going to take everybody. It's going to take the community.
That's Doug Vogel there from Public Health Madison and Dane County. He says now is the time to remain vigilant in wearing a mask and maintain social distancing so that we can move in to the next phase eventually.
Public Health isn't exactly sure what the cause is for the recent uptick in cases, but it could have something to do with more people going out, along with increased testing. They say the numbers from a few days don't necessarily give us the full picture, so for now they are advising you limit close contact with others. That's defined as more than 15 minutes within 6 feet of another person. Meanwhile, the latest model from the University of Washington says 30,000 lives could be saved if most of the country simply wears masks. This comes just a week after their last projection model forecasted roughly 180,000 deaths by October. They say if 95% of Americans wear masks in public, that projection could drop to about 146,000. A new study published in the Harvard Gazette says most Americans are back out in public at almost pre-pandemic levels. A Harvard research team looked at cell phone data and say the first increases in movement started a few weeks ago as the first stay-at-home orders ended. Axios is sharing a new poll this morning that shows most Americans are in favor of resuming lockdowns if coronavirus cases spike. That survey conducted by Civic Science found that 65% of adults support another lockdown to combat the rising cases.
Breaking those numbers down by age groups, the over 55 population is most in favor of a second lockdown at 76%. Younger adults between the ages of 18 and 24 are least in favor of another lockdown, with 51% showing support. 59% of Americans between the ages of 25 and 34 support more lockdowns if needed. For the 35 to 45-year-old age group, it's 62%. We're just a couple hours away from the latest report on unemployment in the U.S. Economists are estimating that about 1.3 to 1.4 million people filed their initial applications for unemployment benefits last week. If that prediction is correct, it would be the 12th consecutive weekly drop after last week's 1.5 million. USA Today says that would mean 47 million Americans filed for unemployment in the last 14 weeks. Economists say at the end of the year, unemployment could be close to 10%.
These latest numbers come just about a month before unemployment benefits provided under the CARES Act are set to expire. That act provides an extra $600, and it's set to end on July 31st. The so-called HEROES Act would extend those protections until the end of the year. The bill did pass the House, but it's unlikely to pass in the Senate. Goldman Sachs says they do believe Congress will extend that payment, but only for an extra $300 a week. The IRS is asking state officials to help them recover hundreds of thousands of dollars in coronavirus relief checks. They say those payments were accidentally sent to prison inmates. So far, they've intercepted more than $300,000 from at least 4 states. However, some attorneys say the IRS doesn't have the authority to recall those checks since prisoners aren't explicitly left out of the law on stimulus payments.
Dane County is reinvesting in local food banks in the fight against increased food security due to the pandemic. Executive Joe Parisi has signed a resolution extending an additional $3 million for the county's food partnership program with Second Harvest. He says with 38,000 unemployment claims filed in the county since the start of the pandemic, there's still an incredible need for emergency food assistance.
Unfortunately, the pandemic is not letting up. And as we enter the third month of our partnership, there's a great need for continuing that additional assistance that we started a few months back.
The county is also partnering with the Badger Prairie Needs Network to provide additional cold storage to help utilize more food from local farmers and producers. Parisi says these partnerships will continue for at least another 3 months.
Breaking into the alert center this morning, 23 people are dead and 11 others injured after being struck by lightning in India. It happened in their state capital. In July of last year alone, lightning killed 39 people there. And Hattie's got some more facts on this. And I think a lot of people underestimate the danger of lightning, even here in Wisconsin.
Yeah, certainly. It's a real threat with thunderstorms. And I think what you need to know is that lightning can strike up to 10 miles away from the center of the storm. So that creates a wide area with thunderstorms where there is some danger. If we can get those graphics, here you go. You can see those statistics. Again, 10 or more miles from where the precipitation is actually occurring. Last year in Wisconsin, thankfully, 0 deaths from lightning, but 21 deaths in the United States total in 2019. And the average for the year is 47 per year in the U.S. So again, a real threat with some of those showers and thunderstorms. Luckily for us today, it's a pool day. No risk for lightning and thunder today. Polar Bear has the right idea, already doing laps in the pool. Maybe you want to head to the pool later on this afternoon. It is a little cool outside right now, 54 degrees here in Madison, 51 in the Dells, 57 in Janesville. Here's a look at our temperatures. We're topping in the low 80s this afternoon, right around 81 degrees. Again, sunshine expected all day today. Future track dew points today are going to stay in check. For the most part, we'll be in the 50s with those dew point numbers, so very comfortable conditions expected. Watch what happens, though, as we head through the day on Friday. Here's your future track dew points Friday morning. We are still 50s here in Madison, but 60s moving into the area from the west. And as we go through the day, we're looking at those dew points flirting with 70 to 73 degrees, and that is very uncomfortable. So we're moving that dew point comfort meter all the way down to tropical for tomorrow. Pretty close to don't talk to me. We're just not there quite yet. Coming up, we'll take a closer look at that weekend forecast, let you know if that humidity is going to stick around.
Sounds good. Thanks, Hattie. 6:18 right now. After months of speculation surrounding the Democratic National Convention in Milwaukee, we have an answer this morning. Democrats plan to hold an almost entirely virtual presidential nomination convention this August. The plan is to rely on live broadcasts and online streaming. Party officials confirm that Joe Biden will still accept the presidential nomination in person, but it's not known whether there will be any in-person audience there to see it. If any in-person events are held, they will now be held inside the Wisconsin Center instead of the Pfizer Forum. The DNC is slated for August 17th through the 20th.
Disneyland reversing its plans to reopen on July 17th because of the resurgence of COVID-19 in California. Disney did not announce a new reopening date, saying the state will not have a new theme park guideline until after the 4th of July holiday. Officials at the park say it'll take some time to bring back its thousands of cast members and try to restart. Meanwhile, as the epicenter of the coronavirus shifts to Florida, Disney World workers are calling for a delay there as well. A Change.org petition to delay the opening of the Orlando parks has 50,000 signatures this morning. Disney had planned a phased reopening on July 11th for its Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom parks in Orlando. Epcot and Hollywood Studios had been slated to reopen July 15th. Disney has not commented on the petition or provided any updates on scheduling for its Orlando theme parks.
It is going to be interesting if they keep pushing these things back, or because it seems like every theme park or cruise line has a different start date right now.
It certainly does, and all the different states have different case numbers, so it has to be sort of a case-by-case basis.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to follow for sure. All right, 6:20 right now. Still ahead in our next half hour. We're not too far out from flu season this morning. How the CDC and drug makers are preparing for that during the coronavirus pandemic.
And new data suggests protests might not be contributing to new cases of coronavirus. We're talking about that ahead. Stay with us. News 3 Now This Morning will return after a quick break.
Happy 4th of July Super Sale, happening this week at the Brothers Maine. Come in now for more savings on more brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. We make upgrading your home more convenient at Maine with up to 18 months of 0% financing and expert-free delivery. Get more at the 4th of July Super Sale. More selection, more savings, and more satisfaction. And happy birthday, USA, from the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Lately, we've found new ways to support and care for each other. And while every gesture counts, so too does every dollar. That's why American Family Insurance is returning $425 million to our customers. This includes a 10% savings for all current and new auto customers for the rest of the year. We hope this does your world some good and reminds you that supporting your dreams means the world to us. Contact your agent or go to amfam.com to learn about more ways to save.
Rogan's Shoes retail stores are now open. When you visit Rogan's, we'll be practicing good social distancing for the protection of all customers and employees. If you would like to limit contact and have curbside pickup, just call your local store to set it up. If you prefer to shop online, Rogan's Shoes would like to remind you our website is open and we are still offering free shipping. Rogan's wants to help by providing you the best solution possible for your family. Selection, service, and savings. That's Rogan's.
Selection, service, name brands, and the second pair is half price. Visit online at roganshoes.com.
If you have a fear of overpaying, you have FOOP. But don't worry, US Cellular has your back with the Samsung Galaxy S25G. Free when you switch, plus no activation fees. Stream without disruption, capture and post without restriction, and do it all without FOOP. Switch and get a free Samsung Galaxy S25G at US Cellular. Choose fair.
You may not know them. The coffee shop owner who knows your order. The couple who saves your seats. The family down the street who greets you with a smile. They've been there for you. Now you can be there for them. Donate today and help our friends and neighbors keep their power on.
Madison's not happy treating people differently because of their race.
I've learned when I've been out reporting on the front lines that everyone is impacted differently, but it's also important to take some time to not judge people and to understand where they're coming from and why they might be angry or why they might be sad.
This is our opportunity. You do see the best in some people coming out.
This time feels different. This time, I think, a real conversation may begin.
6:23 now. Mr. Josh Sprider picked out this photo from Leslie. Just a stunning decision there, Josh.
Yeah, we've had a lot of just fantastic photos coming into the Channel 3000 Facebook page this week. We've had beautiful sunrises, but then we also get those storm clouds later on in the day, guys.
Yeah, great group of pictures this week. Keep them coming. Show us what you're up to in the morning. Post them to our social media pages and use the hashtag MyNews3Morning, and we'll show our favorites on the air.
Well, trending this morning, the Segway personal transporter is going to be rolling off into the sunset.
Yeah, Ninebot says it will stop production of the PT on July 15. The Chinese-based company acquired Segway back in 2015, 14 years after the vehicle first made its debut. The Segway PT became an overnight sensation in late 2001 when it was unveiled on Good Morning America. Its inventor, Dean Kamen, said the Segway would bring a change in urban transportation and make cars obsolete. Well, obviously, that ended up not being the case. One strike against the Segway was its price, which, guys, could go up to $10,000.
Ooh, steep.
Yeah, that is steep. I looked into this a little bit this morning.
Oh, did you?
You can still get these because they're still in production until the middle of next month, but they start at about $6 grand for a brand new one. A bunch of people sell them used ones online. But they also have like smaller versions of these now that start between like $400 and $500.
Oh, I thought you were going to say grand. Okay, $400
yeah, $400 or
bucks,
$500. I mean, like you can go on Amazon and they're just smaller versions of the Segways. But they never really took off like I think at least the company was expecting them to. Because at the time, yeah, they were touting it as like a revolutionary way to change transportation for everybody.
Here's my complaint with them, and Josh will probably agree because you've tried these. You have to push forward to make them move, and you feel like you're gotta lose your balance. It's a little scary.
It's a little different. I actually prefer the little motorized scooters over those. I've done the Segways before, but I like the scooter. I feel like I have a little bit more control.
Gotcha.
I'll stick to walking. That's the best way for me.
Roddy.
Here's our Pet Walk forecast. Yeah, Roddy in Westfield. What do you think is up there? Maybe a bird? 80 degrees with sunshine today.
All right, we'll be right back. Keep it here.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
You wash your cars and clothes and canines. You wash your cars and clothes and canines. You wash your cars and clothes and canines. At the Magic Wash. At the Magic Wash. Whoa.
Garver. Garver.
Gather. Gathering.
Garver.
Gathering.
Garv.
Garvering.
A socially responsible gathering where a maximum of 250 people enjoy thirst-quenching drinks, delicious food, and the arts in a safe, clean, and touchless outdoor environment. Let's go garvering. Visit thegarverfeedmill.com for dates and details starting June 11th.
Brought to you by News 3 Now, Madison Magazine, and the Garver Feed Mill.
Here's to the road ahead. Trust Toyota to be here for you.
Now every Toyota hybrid vehicle is available with 0% financing. With fewer stops for gas, Toyota hybrids give you the confidence to go farther. See your dealer or shop and buy online. Right now, you can lease a new 2020 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid for $239 a month.
All from the brand you trust, today and tomorrow. Toyota.
For years, iMart Express has provided quality eyewear and same-day service to your community. With sights set on the path forward, we continue to rally together to keep your future in focus. Get 2 pairs of single-vision glasses for under $40 and 2 pairs of progressives for under $80. We've implemented additional measures to ensure the safety of everyone that comes into our stores. We thank our local heroes for your dedication to our community. For more information, visit imartexpress.com.
The Leadership Development Program is designed for people who at some point intend to become supervisors. It would open the doors for you for a lot of different types of positions where you're going to have people reporting to you. The number one reason I would say students should come to Blackhawk Tech is that they're going to get a great education from great instructors who understand, make the learning more applicable to them, a real quality education at a very reasonable cost.
Protecting protesters, how protests could actually be helping the slow of the coronavirus.
Thunderstorms in Friday's forecast have prompted an alert day for southern Wisconsin. All the details coming up.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. If you're just joining us this morning, you're waking up to calm conditions after protests ended peacefully overnight.
Let's take a live look now at the Dane County Jail this morning. That's where Devanir Johnson is still being held. Protesters went home within the last few hours early this morning after another day of advocacy, demanding that their fellow protester be freed. Now, despite activating the National Guard, none of its members were needed overnight.
As of this morning, no legislative action has been taken by local lawmakers after the destruction downtown Tuesday. On a national level, though, we are expecting a new proposal from House Democrats. They plan to bring a policing proposal up for a vote in their chamber today. It comes after the group blocked a Republican proposal yesterday. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell could offer up a motion to reconsider that decision. Senate Democrats called the GOP bill, though, woefully inadequate.
As more states and municipalities implement mandatory mask ordinances, one county is exempting people of color from the policy. Lincoln County is home to about 46,000 people just south of Portland, Oregon. Its general directive requires everyone to wear a face covering in a public setting, but because of concerns about racial profiling, people of color are exempt. Other exceptions are for kids younger than 12 and folks with certain medical conditions or disabilities. This comes as more than 2 million people sign a petition to demand justice for Elijah McClain. It's been nearly a year now since he was killed in police custody in Colorado. The 23-year-old man was walking last August when someone called 911 for his so-called strange behavior while wearing a full-face mask. When officers arrived, the interaction escalated. In a body cam video, McClain can be heard saying, "Let me go, I'm an introvert." Officers put him in a chokehold until he passed out. And then, when paramedics got there, they administered ketamine and later noticed he wasn't breathing on his own. The coroner said the cause of death was undetermined, saying there's no evidence to support if a ketamine overdose or suffocation could have been the cause.
New research suggests that Black Lives Matter protests across the country haven't led to a jump in coronavirus cases. The study published by the National Bureau of Economic Research looks at data from 315 of the largest cities in the U.S. Not only was there no evidence of a spike in cases in the weeks after the protests began, but researchers say social distancing behaviors actually went up. This could be because some tried to avoid the protests altogether. In Washington State, a health director says the primary ways the disease spreads are through parties where people aren't wearing masks and the workplace.
New information this morning shows why some nursing homes are being hit harder than others. Several states have issued orders requiring nursing homes to accept COVID-19 patients as long as the hospital said the patient was medically stable. Since passing the order, ProPublica reports 6% of nursing home residents in New York died from the virus. Michigan lost 5% of its 38,000 nursing home residents, and New Jersey lost 12% of its 43,000. In Florida, though, these transfers are banned, and just under 2% of its nursing home residents have died.
In Texas, Governor Greg Abbott is now considering his last option as the state faces a massive outbreak. New restrictions on the state would be reversing the state's reopening plan, which has been moving forward this month despite a continued increases in cases and hospitalizations. Earlier this week, we told you the governor said that shutting down the state would be his last resort, but if the spike continued, he would take action. The state now has twice as many people hospitalized with coronavirus as it did just 11 days ago. As of this morning, the state has more than 128,000 confirmed cases.
The Trump administration plans to close 13 federally run coronavirus testing sites in 5 states by the end of the month. According to NPR, the sites are the last of the 41 federally operated sites remaining. Government officials say the sites have been closing or transferring control to local officials. They say it's more efficient to test that way. The president, though, has repeatedly blamed the continued rise in cases on expanded testing. Though data disproves that notion, it shows cases are increasing more quickly than testing capability is.
And this is what that looks like right now. Take a look at this graph here, which charts daily new confirmed cases of coronavirus. It starts at the end of February. The U.S. is nearing its all-time peak of daily coronavirus cases, with almost all other countries flattening their curves. As you can see, the U.S.'s line is red, which according to this graph means there is a low number of testing capability per case. It suggests the true number of infections could actually be higher than the number being reported. Brazil is also up there on an upward trend. They're gray, though, because no testing data is available.
Is Justin to the Alert Center this half hour. Right now, a 15-year-old is facing felony charges after leading police down Highway 11 before crashing. This happened just after 2:30 this morning in Rock County. A sheriff's deputy originally thought it could be a drunk driver. Officials say they tried to stop the car before it drove away, occasionally driving into oncoming traffic and changing speeds. That car approached County Highway WC and sped up, failing to stop at a stop sign at the Highway 11 bypass. Investigators tell us that's when the car went 100 yards north into a cornfield where it overturned at least 2 times. That boy was treated for injuries, but is expected to recover. 6:35 now. Hattie's here with a check of the forecast, and you have put an alert day in that forecast, Hattie.
That's right, Josh. An alert day is in effect for Friday. Not today, but tomorrow. Our strong to severe thunderstorms will be possible across the area, especially during the afternoon and evening time frame. Hail, high winds, and heavy rain will be the main threats with these storms tomorrow. Here's that severe weather outlook issued by the Climate Prediction Center. The yellow shaded area is what has prompted our alert day for tomorrow. It's a slight risk for severe weather for about the southeastern half of the state, so all of our viewing area included in that. Now this morning we start on a pretty quiet note. No rain left from those showers and thunderstorms yesterday. We have a dry forecast through the day today. Let's jump ahead though to tomorrow and time out that rain. Here's your future track forecast model. Overnight tonight, right along the Mississippi River Valley, we may see some showers and thunderstorms approach the area. This is not the focus for severe weather. These showers and thunderstorms should diminish, but another line moves through the state from north to south through the afternoon and evening hours, and it's with this second line that we could see those stronger thunderstorms. The latest forecast models, though, have been taking that rain to the south of the state line as we go into Saturday morning, and then it looks like the rest of the day Saturday and most of Sunday will stay dry as well. So good news for the weekend forecast. It looks dry. Leading up to the weekend, though, pretty wet. Here's a look at potential rain, anywhere from a half to maybe an inch of rain falling across southern Wisconsin with those storms on Friday. Here's a live look outside in Madison. Skies are clear this morning. It's a pretty quiet start to the day. Your Metro Futurecast has high temperatures in the low 80s with mostly sunny skies all afternoon. Get ready for some heat and humidity. It is going to turn very humid here in southern Wisconsin, and that humidity is going to stick around right through the 4th of July. Temperatures will be in the mid 80s as well.
Can't believe the 4th of July is a little more than a week away.
Right?
That's wild.
I know.
Snuck up on us. Thanks, Hattie. In just a few hours, the DHS will release the latest coronavirus numbers for Wisconsin. 4.3% of new cases came back positive yesterday. That's about a 2% jump from the day before. 78% of the state's nearly 26,000 patients have recovered, and we are hoping for some better news today in Dane County. Health officials reported the highest number of coronavirus cases ever for the county yesterday.
Ladies, if you're thinking about having kids during the coronavirus pandemic and you're really not sure about it, you're not alone. A new survey from the Guttmacher Institute shows 34% of women cite the pandemic as the reason they're delaying getting pregnant or deciding to have fewer children. A smaller portion of the 2,000 surveyed also said they're struggling to get birth control during the pandemic. NPR reports the struggles are especially evident for women of color. While 29% of white women say they struggle to get contraception, 38% of black women and 45% of Latinas said the same thing.
Flu season is coming up, and to prepare, the CDC and drug makers are boosting vaccine doses. The Washington Post reports experts are worried about facing the coronavirus and the flu at the same time. There will be millions of extra vaccine doses to protect those most vulnerable to the pandemic and the flu. Now, getting a flu shot won't protect you against coronavirus, but reducing the number of flu cases could be crucial in freeing up hospital space and resources for COVID-19.
A check of the roads at 6:38 this morning. I've been keeping an eye on a crash at Atwood Avenue. This is right at Cottage Grove Road this morning. You might want to avoid that area as crews get that cleaned up right now. No word on any injuries with that crash. The rest of Dane County right now looking pretty good so far. Just a couple of delays as you head north out of the Middleton area on Highway 12, and also some delays down near Stoughton along Highway 51 down there. Rock County looking much better this morning. There's your drive times as you head out the door. Let's take a live look outside this morning. Beautiful start to this Thursday. Only one more day till the weekend, folks, and Hattie's got a good one in store before an alert day in that forecast. She'll have all the details coming up. You're watching News 3 Now this morning. We thank you for that, and we'll be right back.
It's time to celebrate at Furniture and Appliance Mart's Stars and Stripes event. Save up to 50% off all appliances, plus 18 months financing with no minimum purchase, and free doorstep drop-off from Wisconsin's own Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Feldco season is here, and the signs are all around us. Like free installation on all windows, siding, and doors, and no interest for 1 year. It's time to jump on that home renovation project and free installation all from the comfort of home. That gives you time to make the most of your Feldco season.
Free installation ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Medical bills. Missed time at work. Life-changing injuries. Household expenses. When you're the victim of an accident, it can feel like the weight of the entire world is on your shoulders. But we've dedicated our personal injury law firm to help take this crippling burden off your back. Habish, Habish & Rotier. We fight for what's right.
I'm Joanne Jenkins with AARP. The coronavirus continues to affect us all, and we are here, actively supporting you and your community. Every day, we're providing trusted information from top health experts, sharing tools to help protect families from fraud, and creating resources to support family caregivers everywhere. As always, you can count on AARP to advocate for you and your family. Join us and stay connected at aarp.org/coronavirus.
When America needed us to build, we built. Masks, ventilators, shields. When frontliners needed support, Ford dealers answered. And now we're open and ready to serve you. With special offers like 0% financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. Stop by a Ford dealership or go online. We've made it safer to shop, easier to buy. Now get 0% financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. Contact your Ford dealer or stop by today.
Salute massive savings at Ashley Home Store's Stars and Stripes event. Save up to 60% off. Plus, take a bonus 10% off our sale prices at checkout. And interest-free financing for 3 years on top of our very best deals. Ashley Home Store. This is home.
You know, pet owners tend to think that their breed of dog is the cutest.
Of course.
Or the best, right? Now we have some new data that shows us once and for all which breeds are the least popular.
Aw, the fifth least popular dog, according to data from the American Kennel Club, is the American Foxhound. The dogs are a popular hunting breed, and more than 300 of them helped recover victims after the 9/11 attacks in New York City.
Yeah, these are great looking dogs. I don't see what the problem is.
Beautiful.
So cute.
The fourth least popular dog, the Azawak.
You haven't gotten this.
It's so new, I don't even know how to say it.
Yeah.
The American Kennel Club says the dog's lack in popularity is because of how rare it is and new it is to the U.S. The dog's from the Sahara, and first one came to America in the 1980s.
Number 3, the Sluffy. Nicknamed the Arabian Greyhound. We love the name. It's a lean hound that historically hunted in North African deserts. The AKC describes them as regally aloof with strangers, aka unfriendly, and gentle with loved ones.
Runner-up for the least popular dog breed is the Norwegian Lundehund. Fun fact, they have 6 toes on each foot, which help them keep their balance on slippery surfaces, which could come in handy here in Wisconsin. They can also wiggle their ears.
My favorite little tidbit of information this morning. And the least popular dog, the English foxhound. What a cutie. This is unfair. The hunting breed hasn't completely caught on. They're usually kept by hunters and live in packs trained to chase foxes.
And here are my dogs.
The least favorite dogs? These are our most favorite dogs.
I kid about my dogs a lot, saying that they're jerks.
Aww.
And that, but I love them dearly. That's Bodie on the left, Ale on the right. Bodie is a Chorky, a Yorkie Chihuahua, and Ale is a Maltese Poodle, a Maltipoo, that we've had for several years now. We had it before we had kids. It was a good trial run before we started having babies.
Very smart. Noted.
Well, I felt left out, guys. So here's a picture of my late dog, Chloe.
Oh, pretty.
She's a Brittany Spaniel.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah, we grew up with her. She was a lot of fun. I guess that lower third is quite kind there. Meet Josh's old dog, Chloe. She is moved on.
She has deceased.
She's deceased.
R.I.P.
But yeah, Ari, our producer, says can't say dead dog on the lower third. But yeah, she was a beautiful dog. We had so much time. We're actually biased. My family's pretty biased to the Brittany Spaniels. We've got an uncle and cousin that actually breeds them, so she was one of their litter. But yeah, it was kind of fun. Each one of the family members had a Brittany Spaniel, and they were all brothers and sisters, so we'd get them together.
Very cool.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Very cool.
There's Chloe.
All right, our producers also wanted to show their dog some love. This is Layla, Jake's dog. He's our 6 o'clock producer. Layla is a Labradoodle.
Yeah, we had a Labradoodle once. They're cool dogs. Then this one is, I love the look of this dog. That's a cool dog.
Stretching out there, it looks like.
She's hypoallergenic, too. All right, this one is our producer Ari's dog, Coco. Coco is a 15-year-old Beagle Dachshund mix. Dachshund?
Dachshund.
I think you can say it both ways for the record.
I don't know.
Anyway, Coco is a rescue who has to wear diapers now.
Oh.
Little
Coco.
buddy.
Senior dog.
Senior dog.
Yeah, good boy. Yeah, we had a crazy thing happen to one of our dogs a year and a half ago. Like, he woke up and he couldn't move his back legs.
Oh,
so
buddy.
he's a disabled one now. So I said the diaper thing, that's a challenge. That's a day in, day out struggle. But you know, we rally around our dogs and we do whatever we can for them because we love them so much. Right?
They're kids.
They become like family members. They really
sure do. Yeah,
for sure.
All right, 6:46. Let's turn to that forecast now. Good day to get out for a little dog walk, I guess. Walking the dog, walking the cat, if you do that too. I don't know.
You know, I have someone in my neighborhood that walks their cat.
I have one in my apartment complex. They actually have a leash around it too, and they walk, and the cat goes like, I don't know.
There's one breed of cat I think that likes to take walks. I don't know what it is.
Maybe.
I thought I'd start with a pretty picture this morning. This one was sent in by Donna, a rainbow near Orfordville last night. Lots of great pictures of the rainbow. Looks like you could actually maybe find the pot of gold at the end of that rainbow there.
Pride Month.
That is true. We have no rain in our forecast for the day today. We are dealing with a little bit of fog. It's mainly confined to the Wisconsin River Valley, where visibility is near zero in Boscoville and Lone Rock. Not a widespread issue, though, for the rest of the area. Temperatures are starting off in the 50s this morning. Should be a pretty nice day, though, with dew points holding in the 50s. That means you're not going to notice the humidity too much. Your day planner temperatures take you into the mid-70s by lunchtime, topping right around 81 later on this afternoon. Nothing but sunshine in our forecast. Enjoy the low humidity today because the heat and humidity are going to be on the increase. We'll talk more about that temperature trend coming up in just a few minutes.
Yeah, excellent day ahead. Thanks, Hattie. Coming up in the sprint, the steps the mayor is expected to take today in the wake of protests across the city. How it can impact your children as they head back to school.
Stick around. We'll be right back.
Connect with News 3 Now on Facebook Messenger.
The 70th Annual Madison Area Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, featuring newly constructed homes in 5 of Dane County's most sought-after neighborhoods. The newest trends, tech, and designs. Visit MadisonParadeOfHomes.com for more information.
At Stanley Steamer, we love homes. It's why we started cleaning them over 70 years ago and why we still continue today. According to the CDC, cleaning is a necessary first step of any disinfection process. We use detergents and cleaning agents to ensure that your home is prepared for whatever life brings in. Whatever home means to you, we're ready when you are to make sure your space is clean and that you and the ones you care about most are safe.
Calling all grassmasters, fescue fanatics, and stewards of St. Augustine. To the springtime sprawlers, backyard scholars, and cultivators of the cul-de-sac. Whether you're a rookie or a pro, run with us. For all the green thumbers, newcomers, and toy picker-uppers, run with us on a John Deere mower. Because this is more than just grass. It's home. Nothing runs like a deer.
Get your John Deere now at the Power Centers of Madison.
Seeing the joy that people feel when they share a meal with family and friends, that's why we do this. The laughter of kids around the table, the thrill of families driving through for a treat, the delight of not having to cook, and instead letting us safely serve you. It all comes back to taking care of each other. And for that, we'll be here with your favorites and always a smile.
There's lots of grown-up fun in the water park capital of the world, but where? Well, where tasty drinks meet relaxing pools. That's where all the action is. Where the rubber meets the road and then meets the water. Water parks, they're here, there, and everywhere. Now, where was I? Probably somewhere like here. Nice glassware. Hungry? There's plenty more where that came from. Where do we go from here? Well, just about anywhere. Wisconsin Dells, where it's at. Plan your grown-up getaway at wisdells.com.
I'm here. Auntie's here. Hey, Mom and Dad here. Scout's here.
Shall we begin? Friends and family, we are gathered here today to celebrate.
Together, nothing can keep us apart. That's why U.S. Cellular eliminated data overages on our reliable nationwide network, so you can stay connected.
The 70th Annual Madison Area Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, featuring newly constructed homes in 5 of Dane County's most sought-after neighborhoods. The newest trends, tech, and designs. Visit MadisonParadeOfHomes.com for more information.
Download the Channel 3000 app today.
6:51, time for the morning spread.
We start with a live look at the Dane County Jail this morning, where protester Devanir Johnson is still being held. Demonstrations overnight stayed peaceful, many of them taking place outside the jail, demanding that Johnson be released. Governor Evers had activated the National Guard yesterday, but none of its members were needed overnight.
Madison Mayor Sadie Rhodes Conway says that she'll introduce a resolution today taking steps to end the Madison School District's contract with the police department. The mayor said the city and school district leaders have agreed to end the contract with school resource officers, and they plan to find a new approach to managing conflicts in schools. The school board is also set to take up this proposal at a special meeting Monday night.
As of this morning, no legislative action has been taken by local lawmakers after the downtown destruction Tuesday night. On the national level, we're expecting a new proposal from House Democrats. They plan to bring a policing proposal up for a vote in their chambers today. This comes after the group blocked a Republican proposal yesterday. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell could offer a motion to reconsider that decision. Senate Democrats call the GOP bill woefully inadequate.
Just into the newsroom within the last half hour, we're seeing new tweets from the state Supreme Court justice following this week's protest downtown. Rebecca Bradley posted this quote from John Adams defending the constitutions of government. It says, "Anarchy and tyranny start once people believe property isn't as sacred as the laws of God." Former Governor Scott Walker appointed Bradley to the court in 2015 and was elected to a 10-year term in 2016.
3 North Carolina cops are out of a job this morning after being caught on video making racist and threatening comments. One said a civil war was necessary to wipe black people off the map and that he was ready for it. Police department documents show a sergeant conducted a video audit as part of a monthly inspection and found that footage from one of the officers' cars.
Breaking overnight, Chicago police say the brothers paid by actor Jussie Smollett to stage a supposed racist and homophobic attack will no longer willingly testify against the actor. Smollett reportedly paid Abel and Ola Osundario $3,500 to stage the attack against him last January. During an early raid of the brothers' house, police took several items, including a gun and ammo. The brothers say they won't testify in part because they haven't gotten their belongings back and because they say they're still treated like suspects even though they've been cleared by police.
New research suggests Black Lives Matter protests across the country haven't led to a jump in coronavirus cases. The study published by the National Bureau of Economic Research shows not only was there no evidence of a spike in cases in the weeks after protests began, but researchers say social distancing behaviors might have actually gone up. This could be because some tried to avoid protests altogether.
The percentage of new positive cases in Wisconsin continues to rise. In a few hours, the DHS will release the latest numbers on coronavirus. 4.3% of cases came back positive yesterday. That's about a 2% jump from the day before. 78% of the state's nearly 26,000 patients have recovered.
Justin, to the newsroom this half hour. Madisonians will have a new place to get tested for the coronavirus, and it's free. The CVS on Mineral Point Road on the city's west side will start seeing patients tomorrow. Testing will be available for people with or without insurance for no out-of-pocket cost. 7 sites in total will be open around the state as the demand for more testing increases. I'm also keeping an eye on the president's Twitter account this morning after an active night for him on social media. President Trump tweeted late last night saying it's sad to see states allowing gangs to rip down statues and monuments. He didn't specifically mention Wisconsin, but he's going to be in our state later today for events in Green Bay and Marinette. He's expected to speak at Marinette Marine to tour the shipyard before doing a town hall from Green Bay at 8 o'clock tonight. That will be aired live on Fox News.
The company behind a weed killer will pay more than $10 billion to settle tens of thousands of claims against the company. Bayer produces Roundup, which currently has 125,000 claims against it, alleging the product leads to non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. The Washington Post reports 75% of those cases were resolved as part of this agreement.
Final look at traffic at 6:55 right now. Still dealing with that accident on Atwood Avenue at Cottage Grove Road this morning, so keep that in mind. We are seeing some delays around there. The rest of the Madison Metro looking pretty good so far this morning. No crashes or delays to speak of on the Beltline, moving at posted speeds. That's your First Warn traffic.
And your First Warn weather forecast this morning. We are back into the 60s here in Madison with plenty of sunshine. We're looking at pretty quiet conditions through the day today. Here's a look at our temperatures over the next 12 hours. Winds should stay pretty light today with highs climbing through the 70s quickly, already into the mid-70s by lunchtime, topping at 81 degrees later on this afternoon. Here's a look at your extended temperature outlooks. We are going to start to heat up across the midsection of the country, including the Great Lakes region. Temperatures are expected to be well above normal, even as we head through that first full week of July. Normal highs will be in the low 80s, so we'll be above that. We'll add the humidity back to the mix as well. Tomorrow is an alert day with a chance for severe showers and severe thunderstorms during the afternoon and evening. After that, the weekend looks dry, but very warm and humid.
All right, Hattie, thank you so much. And thanks for joining us, folks. We hope you have a wonderful sunny Thursday, and we hope you join us tomorrow morning.